Hello, this is Joel Erickson and Nate Atkins from the Indy Star. We are here from the last Colts on Colts practice of training camp. Tomorrow the Bears will be here for joint practices, but I'm burying the lead. The most important thing to come out of today is that Anthony Richardson is the Colts starting quarterback. The rookie will start the season opener. Shane Steichen announced it just 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, the only question was when he was going to announce that. It's been trending that direction ever since they drafted Anthony number 4 overall, and that night Shane Steichen came out and said, I think you learn by playing. That's how Jalen Hurts got better. Owner Jim Irsay has said that. It's always been the hope for them, and it was always going to be about, can Anthony pick it up, and would he give them a reason to not start him? And what's happened is, he's flashed in practice, he's shown the things they want him to show in terms of picking up the playbook, and then it just seemed like they liked how he handled that first game and learning from the mistakes, including an interception. They're ready to live in this world, and I think it's just time.
He's just checked every box. He did a good job learning the playbook. He hasn't had issues with that during camp. He started out slow in training camp. He had some big days. They started him in the preseason opener. Obviously, they liked the way he responded to the interception. His teammates have responded to him. I think another part of this that's important to say is that even when Gardner Minshew had the first team reps, Anthony Richardson was going in there and dapping up the other first team players before they went into their periods. Like he's taken ownership of this team already. And realistically, if they didn't start Richardson, it was going to be difficult from a schematic standpoint. Now that they have Richardson starting, they can start putting in the quarterback run stuff. They can start focusing on that, emphasizing it. That stuff Gardner Minshew cannot do. And if he was starting, shifting from that from more of a pocket passing offense to what they're going to do with Richardson would have been difficult.
Yeah, it matters for everyone involved, especially the system they're trying to build out with the offensive linemen and the tight ends. Everything is new that they're trying with some of these Eagles-like concepts. So they need the full season to try and do it. So in theory, you get 17 games of this, knowing that there's going to be ups and downs because he's a rookie and it's new for everybody. But to grow it week 1 through 17, I think, is more valuable than to delay that just to play a veteran when you are going to change the scheme anyway.
So the good news is Anthony Richardson now is going to be taking all of the first-team reps against the Chicago Bears in the next 2 joint practices, all the first-team reps against the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a lot more to watch in training camp now. It just takes on a different sense now that we know Anthony Richardson is going to be a starter. We're going to have plenty at IndyStar.com on this decision. Anthony Richardson, how they develop him going forward. For the Indy Star, I'm Joel Erickson. This is Nate Atkins.
I'll go ahead and start off, after evaluating, training camp and the film and all that, I made a decision Anthony will be the starting quarterback this year for us. Like the progress he's made, excited about his future and this playmaking ability that he brings to this football team. And with that being said, we're super excited to have Gardner Minshew, ultimate teammate, ultimate pro, does everything right, grinds and grinds and grinds. And he's going to be great for Anthony. He's been great for him all season, through training camp and all those different things. But excited about Gardner and this future of this football team. And with that,
what tipped it over? Why go young instead of easy, man?
Well, Anthony's just been progressing. The growth he's shown. And then obviously going into Buffalo, playing against a lot of their starters, he showed great signs of improvement and like the things he did. And it's an opportunity for him now to get a lot more reps with the ones going forward, and then we go from there.
Why did you feel the need to make a commitment in mid-August?
Like I said, I think we need more reps. Keep getting the more reps, keep creating that chemistry with the ones. The more reps he gets, the more he sees, the more looks he sees. He's going to be better for it.
Is it coincidental all that comes after the first game, or did he show you something in that game that made you feel like this?
Yeah, like I said, after the game, going back and watching the poise he played with, you got the early interception and he bounced back, and made some really good plays, some really good throws, and then, the way he used his legs, it definitely helps us.
When did you tell him? What was his reaction?
I talked to those guys both last night. He was excited. Gardner was happy for him. Like I said, Gardner's the ultimate pro. We're so thankful that he's on this football team, and can't be more thankful for Gardner.
Shane, ever since the draft, you've been pretty open about wanting to play him early. What is it about your philosophy with young quarterbacks, and in particular given his lack of experience in college?
Yeah, without getting into a ton of detail on that, like from a schematic standpoint, he's got big-time playmaking ability. And, that's been, showcased in, training camp. And then obviously he did some really good things in that preseason game. So, I think he brings that playmaking ability, that we need.
Shane, his makeup, you talk about his poise, but his makeup to be able to handle the ups and downs, you obviously have to be convinced about that too. How has he demonstrated?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Like I said, you throw an early interception, and the way he bounced back was awesome. And is there going to be ups and downs throughout the season? Absolutely. For a rookie, it's a long season. It's a 17-week grind, and there's going to be ups and downs, and we fight through those together. And that's all of us. Starts with myself, and then the whole team. Building the trust together.
How do you see him kind of also endear himself? Not endear, but I guess. Generate the confidence from his teammates as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he comes out with great energy every single day. Teammates have been, really good for him. Obviously, he's been becoming a leader, as a young guy, taking that leadership role. But just excited about his future.
Chris, are you committed to the entire season, or do you just want to
Yep,
see how?
he's our quarterback.
Shane, when you make this decision, do you have to take into account, hey, listen, this may hurt us initially early, record-wise, or you just say, we're going to go with this?
We're going to go. Shoot, you never know how these seasons are going to play out, you know what I mean? You never know. So we go with it, and we roll from there.
Will you play him Saturday?
We haven't made those decisions yet on any of that stuff yet.
We also saw Josh Downs out there.
Yeah.
Once today. Now that you have a preseason game, are these decisions reward-based or just part of it?
No, it's just part of it. He was the one decision, that we've made right now, and then we'll go from there. Everyone's still competing.
Do a couple more.
He's rehabbing. Going forward, he's rehabbing. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but like I said last week, once he's out here, he'll be out here. Yes, like I said. Yeah.
Chris kind of said at the beginning that the biggest thing with Anthony was just making sure he can handle the game plan. It never really felt like that was an issue for you guys. It felt like he came in and kind of knew the playbook and everything, what he needed to do.
Yeah, no, he's worked. He's worked his tail off, in the building, learning the playbook, learning the system. And, as you get going through the season, the game plans are going to be adjusted week in and week out. You got 5 days to prepare for a new opponent. We'll have obviously some good time to prepare for Jacksonville. And then it's right on to Houston and then Baltimore and then L.A. and so on and so forth. So.
Does this decision allow you to start tailoring the offense more to Anthony now?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt. It definitely helps. Like I said, it gives them a chance to get with those ones going forward, and we go from there.
How y'all doing?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
What was your reaction when Shane made the decision?
Honestly, I was shocked. I've been grinding, putting in work just to, get the title. But, it's not really all about a title. I'm just trying to make sure I'm ready for the team. Despite, being labeled as QB1, I still got other guys in the room helping me, get to that standard. So I'm forever thankful for them. I appreciate them, and I'm glad, I did get the nod, and, I do have the trust in everybody in the building to think that I am QB1.
Is it ready or not? I mean, do you feel you're as ready as you can be, knowing there's more to do?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't think I'll ever be, fully ready because there's always stuff I can learn, day by day. Just getting information from Gardner. He's been in the league for, 4+ years. So just gather information from him, get information from Coach Steichen. Just is working day by day. So as right now, I feel like I'm ready, but who's to say if I'm ready or not?
How did they tell you?
Coach Steichen, he just let me know, straight up, straightforward. He told me I got to continue to work for it. Despite being, granted the opportunity, still got to work for it because, nothing's handed to you. You got to earn everything.
Anthony, what has it meant to you to see kind of the confidence from your veteran teammates have had in you? They've told us about, how you've made an impression on them.
It means a lot. I'm forever thankful. I respect all those guys in the building. I appreciate all of them. And I just try to work my tail off every day for them because I don't want to come in here and make it seem like that everything should be handed to me because it definitely shouldn't. I have to work for everything, and they've been here working for everything. So I'm just trying to reciprocate the same thing and just continue to grind and continue to gain respect and trust from those guys.
Anthony, you say you were shocked by it. Was that shocked by the timing of it, or I guess why?
It was just hearing the words, because you work for it. I didn't know when the timeline was going to be. I was just looking forward to week 1 and just being ready for the opportunity and getting thrown in the fire, hopefully. But, he told me, and I'm just like wow, it really happened. So, I'm thankful. I'm blessed, and I just got to keep working and just keep building on this opportunity.
Was this in a QB meeting with you and Shane and Sam when he told you?
No, it was after practice. No, it wasn't even after practice. It was after we finished everything yesterday. He called me back in the office and talked to me. We talked for about 2 hours. The 2 hours wasn't even about me being QB1. He just told me that 3 minutes, then we just started talking about life and stuff, just trying to build connections and relationship more. But like I said, I'm thankful and I appreciate it.
When it comes to building relationships and chemistry, is there just a comfort level to knowing like which the group of players you'll be playing with right now, first team?
Oh, definitely. And that's something I learned back at Florida with Coach Napier. You gotta know the people that you're working with. You can't just know that their jersey number or their last name. You gotta know like where they come from, their upbringing, because I feel like if you know more about the person, it helps you play for them and play with them a lot more. So I just try to learn everybody and just figure everybody out, so we can have a great relationship on and off the field.
When things come like sort of naturally for you, like physically, do you think you have to sort of shake that narrative of it's easy for you to be like where you are and that you do work hard at your craft just because you're so physically gifted?
I mean, I'm blessed. Everybody knows it. I continue to preach about me being blessed with everything God's blessed me with. But despite all of that, you got to work. The guy that jumps the highest in the world, he still got to perfect his craft and keep trying to jump the higher because there's somebody else trying to jump higher than him. So I just try to think about it like that. It's always somebody, chasing me, trying to, attack me. So I just try to grind every day, continue to perfect everything, even though I'm not going to be perfect. I just try to work for that the opportunity and just continue to build.
What are you chasing?
Greatness. I talked about it before. I want to be great. I want to be remembered. I don't want to just be one of those guys like, okay, he was in the league. I want my legacy to be remembered forever, and I'm working. Just trying to work forever and build championships here with this team and this organization.
Is there anything that you want to see from the offense?
No, I'm just excited to see a joint practice. I've never had that before, so I'm excited to see how we compete with other people in this practice time, and looking forward to Saturday.
You're talking about chasing greatness, and you talked about Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. I mean, the footsteps are here. Well, now you're actually chasing that. Now, do you really feel the historical impact you might have?
Not yet, because I haven't done anything yet. Those guys, they've done a lot here, for the people here. So, I'm just getting started. I'm just trying to continue to push and work for it. So when the time does come and the moment does come that people, ask about me and my career here, hopefully it's all good things.
All right, thanks, guys. I got Gardner here.
What's up? Gardner, how's it going? Shane just gave you a lot of credit for kind of how you've conducted yourself throughout this, and just wondering if you could kind of expand on that, and also just just watching Anthony kind of embrace this role too.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to come out and do the best I can, lead the group, whatever I'm with. Super excited for Anthony and the opportunity that he has. This is his franchise. That's the reason they picked him where he is. And, man, he's going to be really special. So I'm excited to work, continue to get better, and figure out how to win some games around here.
Any disappointment that maybe you wouldn't start, or did you sort of prepare yourself for this?
I mean, you always know it's a possibility, and it always disappoints you still the same. But that ain't going to change anything I do. I'm not going to sit around and pout. I'm very grateful for the opportunity I do have, grateful for Coach Steichen for bringing me here, and grateful for Anthony and the guys in our room that make it so much fun every day.
Gardner, what were your emotions when Shane told you that?
You're hurt, obviously. Anytime you put so much into something, it can be disappointing when you don't, hear what you want to hear. But I totally understand, and I'm all in with what we got going. Really, I can't stress enough. Really excited for Anthony, man. I think he's going to be really special. I think he's got a great opportunity here, and we're going to just try to figure out how to win some games.
You mentioned earlier that when you compete, you don't push up people down. You want to bring them up. Is that you want to continue to compete now, even though you're designated number 2?
I don't know. It's kind of, I'm trying to just compete with myself every day, try to figure out ways that I can get better. My game doesn't have much to do with his game and vice versa. But I think we can all help each other, throughout the week, throughout how we learn, throughout how we prepare. So just competing, trying to get better with myself.
All right. Rookie quarterbacks inevitably have some failure. Are you convinced that he knows how to deal with adversity and failure when it does come?
Yeah, I mean, all quarterbacks have, adversity and failure. It really doesn't matter how good you are at times, that's going to happen. And I think that's one of the most important things a quarterback can have. I think he does. I think he has the right stuff. I think mentally he's, beyond his years. And I'm excited to see him get out there.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
How you guys doing?
First practice back.
You?
First practice back. How does it feel to be back on the field?
It feels good to be back with the guys, man. We put in a lot of work just to do this, so it's good to get some reps and get the feeling of football again.
Did it eat at you just the weight to get out there first practice?
Man, yeah, especially me. They kind of had to, tone me down because I'm a guy that likes to just go. But, getting the mental reps are just as important. So it's nice to be back, and it's just a blessing to, have the legs back. I feel really good. That's one thing that we did a really good job of is making sure that, longevity-wise, my lungs were there, but as well as being able to sustain my legs. So I feel good.
You were clearly locked in during practice. We could see you on there on the sideline. It was kind of mentioned it was really hard not to be able to be a big part.
Absolutely, especially just because I like to be there and, be energy for my guys. So being on the sideline, you can only do so much, but being a part of it is something completely different. So it's a blessing to be back, and I'm just excited for what we can do this year.
When did the hamstring injury take place?
So it happened right after OTAs, and then, we rehabbed, and I started doing really well. They didn't want to rush me back, and we've been doing a good job of making sure that the plan was to, go forward and keep climbing up and not have any setbacks. So, we just were really smart about it and made sure that I was doing everything that I could to prepare myself for what's about to happen next.
We talked about how it's sort of a newer position for you. You feel like you're in some catch-up mode now just to get the reps in to catch up to it?
No, I don't feel like that at all. I think it's because I've been engaged mentally. It's completely different when you get out there and play, but because of OTAs, I had that time to, get a good solid foundation of where I was, and learning with the coaches and making sure that I knew what I was doing when I came back was almost like, riding a bike kind of.
How do you feel right now physically, or is it just like another step in the process of just coming back to practice?
I felt really good, honestly. I think that nothing will prepare you for football other than playing the sport. So, of course, you get a little bit of, that, dang, I'm kind of tired, but at the same time, I felt really good. I didn't really get too fatigued at all.
What's it like to come back one day and then joint practices are here? You getting amped for that already?
I know. I'm excited, man. We got to make sure that we take care of our bodies. And, we like to say we don't let nobody come up in here and take over our place. So we got to make sure that we do everything we can to prepare for tomorrow and the next day.
I know you're on the other side of the ball. What do you see from Anthony Richardson, QB1 now, but just his leadership, his presence?
He's a good leader. I think that he's just getting comfortable, getting to know him. He's a good, humble dude, and I'm just excited for what he can do. He can do everything, but it's just in terms of when he makes those plays. So now we're just excited to watch him just let it loose.
What have you noticed out of Nick Cross, just the opportunity he's gotten to play a little bit more in that position?
Nick's awesome, man. He kind of was in the same situation as I was, just learning every position other than just strong safety. And I think that that'll help him play and understand when he can make plays, just understanding the defense as a whole. And so I'm really excited for him, and he's done a really good job, and he's grown a lot. So it's really good to see 20 out there.
Julian, how has Anthony kind of gained the confidence of veteran players like yourself? I mean, he's just such a young guy.
I think that he just knows that we have his back, man. Because he is a young guy, he just got to know that we're gonna make mistakes. Mistakes happen, but it's just what we do after that. So I think that him knowing that we'll be there regardless of the mistake, and we're just here as long as he continues to keep his head in the game and next play, he'll be fine.
Everybody knows that you're a very vocal guy. So how important is it for you to be vocal and to communicate with your corners, especially because a lot of them are getting their first chance at starts?
Exactly like you said, because they are, a little bit inexperienced in that area, I have to be more vocal, and I have to let them know certain things so that it makes their RPMs, we like to say, slow down. So I do everything that I can to take everything in and then let guys know, hey, this is coming, watch out for this, just because it helps them and it slows it down for them.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thank you guys.
What was it like to get a pick six in your first game?
It was exciting. I'll say very exciting. I mean, just to have the opportunity just to be on the field, honestly, was a dream come true. And just to have a pick six to come out of it as well was just put it over the top, honestly.
Yeah.
So it was definitely exciting just to get that pick six and honestly celebrate it on the sideline with those guys.
Did you keep the ball? Did you make sure like that one?
Oh, for sure, man. It's in my apartment right now. Just ordered a frame for it, so I got to frame it up.
What was your phone like when you got back to the locker room?
I had to turn my phone off, actually. It was blowing up. I'm probably at like 1,000 messages right now. It'll take me the rest of the year to read them. So, but it was a lot of people telling me congratulations from back home, old coaches, and I was very appreciative of everybody who said congratulations. So.
Was it validating? Because we talked right after the draft about having to wait, feeling like you should have gone earlier. Was it validating, like, okay, first game, make a play, and show people like what I'm capable of?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the draft. It's 5th round, 7th, undrafted. It's all about what you do when you get to the league. So that's what I went out there to do, is show that I'm going to come out and make a play. So it's not about where you go. It's about what you do once you get there, and that's what I did. So just to go out there and make plays and perform well. And be consistent in my performance as well. So that's the goal that I have set in mind, and that's what I'm going to do. Just perform every day and be consistent.
you have any other takeaways from the film session after the preseason game?
Any takeaways was really just really from the game, actually, just being out there, learning the game a little bit more. So you really got to be a student of the game, and that's from the older guys as well, like Kenny, Julian, those guys, just really helping me out and helping me anticipate what may be coming next and little things like that. So really learning the game and picking up the speed of the game and the knowledge of it.
Before the game, we kind of talked about some of your goals that you have for yourself as well as this defense. And one of the things you said was you wanted this defense to show how aggressive you are and just to showcase how you want to impose your will. Do you feel like you guys started to do that on Saturday, or you think there's still some work to do?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was just being out just that first time as a group. We got 2 turnovers, but it's more that we can get. So we left a couple probably opportunities on the table, and we got to make sure that we don't have any miss-ups, honestly. But just to be out there for the first time, it was a pretty good, solid game. But there's a lot of things that we can clean up as a DB group and as a team. So just to go out here in the next 2 days and just come out here and compete with the Bears, I mean, we got to be on our P's and Q's as well, and just go out there and compete and showcase what we can do.
And how excited are you for those joint practices?
Very excited. I mean, you get to go up against a different team and show that what you have done all training camp, OTA. So it's just a different level of competition. So it's exciting.
As a young guy, how valuable are those reps back-to-back days against another team out here?
They're very valuable. I mean, you got the game, of course, but I mean, the joint practices are like another game. So you got another opportunity to go up against different competition. So it's a big opportunity, and it's a big evaluation for a lot of guys here to just show that you're trying to make that 53-man roster. So to come out here and just compete and make plays as well, it's going to be very valuable.
Did you have that moment where it was like, I'm here? Because Anthony said he walked around, the stadium or whatever. Like, did you have any moment where you just took maybe 10 seconds and be like, man, I'm actually here?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I was doing my daily routine. I usually go in like the corner, the end zone, opposite of the locker room. And I just literally stopped and I looked for at least about 5 minutes, just looking around like I'm in an NFL stadium about to play. So it was so surreal, honestly. And then once I really got on the field and put the pads on, it was just to run out there. It was just amazing, especially just once I got on that field as well. So.
You missed quite a bit of practice with the injury. So what was the process like of trying to, I guess, catch up as a rookie?
So I mean, injuries happen. I mean, that's a part of the game, and that's what we sign ourselves up for. You might get a little bit banged up, but it have some value to it as well, because off the field you get to study the game a little bit more, and then once you get back, you can catch up from the knowledge standpoint. You just got to catch up with your performance. So if you can keep up with the knowledge part like everybody else, and once you come out and you can perform, it shows that you're able to at least be able to handle the capacity of the installs off the field when you're not playing versus when you get out there and you're able to do your reps, you're able to perform well without any miscues. So I took a lot of time to just really study the playbook and learn the game a little bit more. So I'm becoming much more of a student of the game.
Did you give a thank you to Titus? Because I saw he came around the edge and really messed up the timing of that play. And then he also was the first guy to congratulate you in the end zone.
Oh, for sure.
Part of that with the rookie to kind of like have that tandem make that play.
Oh, for sure. My guy Titus, man, he was like, gonna tell me thank you for the tip. I was like, of course I'm gonna tell you thank you, man. Appreciate you. So, but yeah, he was the first person to come down and congratulate me. I mean, we talked about it in the locker room, like we're just gonna go out here and make plays. So he went out there and made plays, flying around the ball. And he helped me get that pick. So he was the first one to meet me and congratulate me. So it was exciting just to share that moment with him and knowing that we are accomplishing dreams and just out there making plays.
And this weekend, it will be your first time back at Lucas Oil Stadium since the Combine. So going to the stadium as a draft prospect to now a Colts player, just how do you think the emotions are going to be this Saturday?
I'll say it's going to be pretty high, honestly. Just to know I was in there trying to get on someone's team and to end up back where it all started. So it's going to be really exciting to perform in that stadium once again. So definitely excited about it. High emotions for sure.
Last one, what do you like? Some things in your game you're like, okay, this is what I want to improve on heading into the season. Like, I got a taste of it now. I've had some success, but what are some things you're looking at with footwork or whatever you're trying to do? Some
things I want to improve on is like you said, technique. So that's my biggest thing, is just being consistent with my technique and being, like I said, a student of the game. So that's whether that's asking Kenny for like a little bit of advice on what does he think here or there, and just studying film, honestly. So those are like my two biggest things: is being a student of the game and honing in on my technique and fundamentals.